What's good? What's good? I'm a Ruthless Addicts. It is your girl, Tika Deshawn. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts. Okay? All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into why we are here. We have a new series. Well, it's not that new. I've actually been watching it. It's on its fourth season, but a lot of people have not really watched it. The name of this show is entitled Double Cross, you guys. And this show itself is seriously crazy. It deals with sex trafficking, drugs, all kind of governmental things that the government would be involved in that they're protecting. It kind of reminds you of Ruthless, but on a whole nother level. So anyway, Double Cross is a family or a group, a couple of twins, the set of twins, Eric and Erica Cross, and they are literally being basically. Eric is being targeted by the police because Eric does his dirt. However, Eric is also the type of person that what he does is he is trying to basically save the community. Um as a child, his baby sister was kidnapped, and it has been his mission to basically find their baby sister. Now, of course, baby sister is grown at this point, but anyway, um Erica and he also is in the life. They think he's just a complete drug dealer, but Eric is actually pretty smart, you guys. I'm gonna get to why he is as smart as he is. Now, Erica, she ended up being a doctor. So the two pretty much go hand in hand. Erica has taken someone out in the hospital, literally a guy who was considered a bad guy. She exited him, stage left. She got rid of him. So they both have their share of kills, as you can say. But then they have the good old detective, as well as the other Detective Candace. Now, unfortunately, Detective Candace has been killed off of the show. She died in season two by the hands of who we now know as Eric and Erica's sister. This was the third child. Unfortunately, like I said, Erica and Eric had been looking for their baby sis who had been kidnapped a long time ago. Unfortunately, when they found her, she was not the same little girl that they lost. Unfortunately, you guys, she had become, even though she had been sex trafficked, she had become one of the hitters and also started doing the sex trafficking as well, kidnapping the little girls and, dropping them off for parties and all this kind of crazy stuff. So, with that being said, like I said, Baby Sis is the one that killed Detective Candace. All right. So then we got this crazy Nurse Brian. Nurse Brian is hilarious, but we find out why he is hilarious slash crazy because he, as a child, had also been kidnapped. His mom had been kidnapped and forced to live in that lifestyle, y'all. I tell y'all, Double Cross is crazy, and you never know who has dealt with what in this show. But when we last left off on the season, Brian was supposed to be dead because Citron, which is Dr. Citron, which is Erica's boyfriend, he pushed him off of a building, and luckily for Nurse Brian, he ended up in a trash can. So he lived. He lived to fight another day. With that being said, we see in the very beginning of the season four, Erica is having heart palpitations. She's just like, I don't know what's going on. So she decides to call her brother Eric. Now, it's a twin thing. They always say this twin powers activate. So when one twin feels pain, the other one feels pain. So Erica was feeling Eric's pains. And yes, Eric had died because um the girl, the chick, the nurse, the doctor who had been messing with Citron, who actually cheated with Citron back in college on Erica, she ended up killing him or taking his life for a minute, rendering him unconscious. She injected him with something. So anyway, by Erica having that intuition, she calls and calls and calls, and the girlfriend comes in and sees Eric on the ground. So Erica tells her, she answers Eric's phone. Erica tells her, go into that room that he has a shelf, And I gotta tell y'all about the room later. The dungeon is off the chain, y'all. But she runs into the room. She gets the EpiPen or adrenaline pen, gives him an adrenaline shot. And at first we think, I know good and well Eric is not gonna die like this. But Eric ends up making it thanks to that adrenaline shot and is rushed to the hospital. So then we'll see our boy Brian. I told y'all Nurse Brian had been knocked off the top of a building into a dumpster. He is so lucky that that dumpster was there. But yeah, so he lived. He lived to fight another day. Then we got Detective Brian, who is like, look, I we have to find because his little girl, y'all, at the end of the season 3, his little girl had been kidnapped and was almost about to be sex trafficked when he had to work with Eric and Erica Cross to go in and get the girls that were in there that were about to be sold. So now he's at the point on season 4, he has shaved his head. Y'all know there he used to have a head full of hair, but he has shaved his head and it looks pretty good on him, I must say myself. So anyway, he was telling his wife, "Hey, we need to find these people who hosted this party," and he doesn't realize the main chief of police is a part of this whole sex ring, which is his supervisor. But he really is still trying to figure that out. And then we had Citron who found out, hey, I found out the baby is mine and I'm coming to take full custody. Well, old girl, y'all probably see her own bruh as being crazy, and she's crazy on Double Cross. And she's like, no, you're not taking the only thing that, or the only person that loves me. So Citron ends up getting stabbed in the back. But then he's still alive, he's still moving and kicking. And then he gets in an altercation with Brian. And Brian, Nurse Brian, who is also kicking it with the doctor, the female doctor, Nurse Brian gets into a tussle with him long enough for old girl to come up to him and slit his throat. So this man who he has a baby with has taken his life because she told him, "You are not taking my child, y'all." So Citron is no longer, unfortunately, a factor in Double Cross. I just want to give you guys a background on what has happened so far from season 1 all the way to the very first episode and returning episode of season 4. It's crazy. Make sure you guys stay tapped in because weekly I will be giving you guys a recap on Double Cross. Now, this series right here is one of those series that has maybe 6 episodes. So I'm just letting you guys know in advance. We'll probably get 6 episodes and then the season will be over and hopefully they'll come back faster than what they have come back in the past. If you guys are interested in checking out Double Cross, make sure you head over to All Black TV and just type in Double Cross. You can't miss it. The beautifulness of Eric Cross, played by Jeff Logan, who I told you guys about earlier this week, and also Erica Cross, guys. Super, super cute, super, super handsome, super, super sexy. I love this show. I've been wanting to talk about it. I just didn't know what was going to happen, whether they were coming back or not. But anyway, the team has returned and it's going down. And I promise you, I will give you a more thorough recap next week when the new episode streams. Okay. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and you guys stay ruthless.